Guys, we finally got the Final Fantasy 16 trailer we have all been waiting for. So in today's video, I want to give you my first impressions of what we've seen, and I want to point out some of the more subtle things throughout the trailer.
Who are we? What are the dominants? The power we wield. It wears away at our very being. It breaks us. It unmakes us. That its immaculate aspect might reveal itself. The icon.
Now let's go over what we just heard. We have a man talking to us about dominance and icons, and I believe that this man is Clive. And he also includes himself within this. He says, who are we? The power that we wield. So we can assume that Clive is actually a dominant. And he also mentions that being a dominant essentially rips the very being that you are apart. And he says that it breaks us, it unmakes us. So it would seem that it's a very heavy burden to be a dominant. Now let's get to the juicy part of this trailer, the combat. And boy, is it sick. So I'm gonna let this clip play of a few battles and then we're gonna break it down afterwards. I just gotta say, I'm loving this battle system. It's so sick, so flashy, so fluid. The animations are on point. I'm just absolutely loving it. And the attacks when they land, there's some force behind it. They're heavy. I know when I'm gonna play this game, I'm gonna get super giddy. Alright, so we got some fun stuff here to unpack. At the top left, we have Clive's HP and level. At the bottom left, we have items equipped to the D-pad. So if you press up, you'll use a potion. To the right, you'll use high potion, and down would be strength tonic. At center right, we see text that pop up when certain actions are met. In this clip here, we see Clive performing a dodge, and then dodge pops up. Then he gets a precision counter, followed by burst shot and lunge. Now let's shift our focus down to the bottom right. These represent the face buttons. So square would be attack, triangle would be fire, Phoenix shift would be circle, and X would be lunge. And if you notice in the middle of that, there's the R2 button, which brings up another menu with different commands. Now in this clip here, we get a little bit more information. If you look at the top left, we now have icons for icons. Icons for icons. We have icons for icons. And next to that, there is the L2 button. If you press the L2 button, you can shift through different icons, and right below the HP bar are 3 blue bars, which I'm assuming are ATB gauges. Now we see Clive staggering an enemy, and this isn't new to us. We've seen this in Final Fantasy VII Remake, and we've seen this in the 13 trilogy. Now the interesting thing here is that Clive is equipped with Odin, and if you look at the top left, there's an Odin gauge with the number 0. And as he's wailing on this enemy, this gauge continuously increases. Now we don't know what happens when the gauge is full, but I would assume once it's full, you're able to summon Odin himself. We also find out Clive's main objective, which is to gather all the dominants, to control these dominants, and to end the suffering, end the war, and just build anew. The next thing I want to bring up is we've been finally introduced to the dominant for Titan, which is Hugo, this big brawly dude. The last thing I want to bring up is a big what the fuck moment. If you look at the end of the trailer, we see Ifrit, he's about to attack another Ifrit. Like, what is that? This is completely left field. I was not expecting this at all. Now guys, I realize I didn't go over everything, but I want to give you my first impressions of this trailer. Now, in my next upload, we're going to do an in-depth look, get down to the nitty-gritty of things, so stay tuned for that. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.